Welcome back to SmackDown Vs Raw 2007 GM Mode. I am your host, attackslug, Battle Creek, Michigan. 2 more Raws until New Year's Revolution. How does my roster look heading into that very important pay-per-view? Umaga is not quite halfway in his fatigue, but my morale situation, if I gave Roddy Piper and Dude Love a shot at the IC title, along with John Cena, who has been the IC champion, versus Edge, then that should get at least those guys content, and Umaga is a whole different story. But otherwise, we're happy, and we have the one injured dead man for 9 more weeks, which is just really not great, considering the time left in this playthrough. But meanwhile, my current champions as such, and my current rivalries. I've now switched to a Ray vs. Umaga, David vs. Goliath feud, but otherwise it's the 6. And for some reason I had to restart Edge and Cena. I don't know why, but otherwise these ones are fine and they keep going. And we do have Austin and Stone Cold on the show today. All that out of the way, let's book the Raw after the SmackDown pay-per-view of Armageddon and make some changes here because we need to. So your main event will not be John Cena and Edge. It will be for that world title, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H. So back at it again, and look at that fatigue level. You know what that means. They're getting in the cage. So there we go with that for that world title. Now, Dude Love and Roddy Piper, they want a shot at some gold. So what if it was a fatal 4-way? And what if that fatal 4-way also included John Cena and the Rated R Superstar for that Intercontinental Championship? That works. And that should hopefully appease both Piper and Dude Love, unless they are in the reports in that Power 25 and they are in contention for the world title. Piper is. As far as Dude Love, that's the IC belt. So this might not satisfy Piper. The other problem is these are last week's ratings. I don't have what is this week because it's always a week behind, which does not really help for doing what I need to do, but that's okay. You know what? Fine. We'll deal with it as we have been. Main event world title match 5, 4-way. Promo number 2, obviously pay-per-view hype. My world tag team championship. Also, the stamina is down there, which means how about a fatal 4-way tornado tag ladder match for those tag team titles. Match number 3 will not be a handicap match. It will be a one-on-one affair, as we do here. So Trish and Melina, women's world title. It just keeps going. Promo number 1. What's it going to be? Do I send someone to go interfere on SmackDown? Do I send someone to go attack on SmackDown? Or do I instead hype up our world title? That is 10,000 and the interference is 50K. And honestly, I don't know who even to send at that point because, yeah, it's a problem. Like, yeah, sure, I could send The Big Show because it's The Big Show and who cares? Let's send over the world's largest athlete to interfere on SmackDown because we change Big Show and Umaga to Umaga and Rey Mysterio, which is the new rivalry, and we're not putting that in a cage considering the stamina. Instead, it is a first blood match, which does still leave match 1 to be vacant, and I don't like that at this point, but I had to put Piper and Dude Love in that 4-way, and I don't want them working double duty, even though I could have them working double duty. That's interesting. Let's actually try that, because their stamina is that low that if working double duty gets them to halfway, we're still good to have them be off for a week and then be on for the pay-per-view. So that one I am not as concerned about. Therefore, match 1 will indeed be a standard singles match between Dude Love and Roddy Piper. So we'll see. I have not tried this approach just yet, which does fill up every match on the card and does make things work out for that. And hopefully, at least somebody will get what they want in terms of their needs. I'm pretty sure it's just all they want titles, right? So, Dude Love, title. Cena, title. Piper, title. Umaga, title. And the only one not in that match is Umaga. That being said, on our schedule after Armageddon, let's lock things in with a 153 on the show cost, 1.2 in the cash right now. Let's see if this show hopefully does something for us. Dude Love, Roddy Piper. It is Dude Love, have mercy. Mysterio, Umaga, First Blood. Ray makes Umaga bleed. Melina and Trish. It is Trish Stratus. Tag team title ladder tornado. It is Cactus and Bobby. Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way. Dude Love, your new IC champion. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H in the cage. It is the Game retaining that title and still your champion. Now, interference from the Big Show. There was no fan change. It was completely nothing. Not the worst thing in the world, but still, that's crazy that it was just a tie. So 5.38 continually and 4.62 Big Show. Let's see what the reports say for that SmackDown. 3, 3, 3.5, 3.5, 4.5, 4.5. The Hart Foundation explodes in the cage for the world title in Hawaii. And also, Shawn and Eddie. That would be amazing. Come on now. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 4, 4, 4.5. And so a 4-star Raw, and it was a 4-star SmackDown. Therefore, we tied, and no fan change happened. Straight across on that business there. Heading towards that Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania. Indeed, but not quite there just yet. Now, on my roster, did I satisfy my roster? Are they still content? John Cena still wants that shot, so again, he wants the world title. Nah, son. Piper, same thing. And Umaga is, yeah, he's IC, but still. Fatigue-wise, how bad are Piper, again, getting this week off, and Dude Love. So, not the worst, but it is what it is. Contractually, myself, Edge, JBL, Ray, and Austin. So I can just go, it's fine. But Edge, we need, obviously, at 221. JBL, we need at 200. Ray, we need at 226. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, 234. We have under 800K now in our overall budget. That's a worrying thing with a lot of 4s here. So let's see how this goes here. Do we have all 6? Yes, we have all 6. And we now have more thumbs up on at least 3 of those, which we need. Vince is still saying, hey, you better get 5 stars. Basically. Grapefruits. Annoying. So yes, one last Raw until New Year's Revolution. Which means we don't book Dude Love and Roddy Piper at all on this show. So, vacate that business. Even though that takes our IC title off the show, back to a standard singles matchup between Edge, who is now salty at losing that title, and a Your main event should not be a cage. So again, we're going to go standard here. We might lose some, but the trade-off is hopefully gaining a lot more on the pay-per-view. And obviously, hype up that pay-per-view. Match number 4. They just did Tornado. Stamina is still pretty good, honestly. So what about Tag Team TLC? Match number 3. Do we still have Mickie James? I honestly don't know. Let's find out. So, handicap. 1 on 2. Is Mickie still here? Yes, she is. Okay. Trish and Melina. Rey versus Umaga. What do we do with Rey versus Umaga? Again, I want to just get back stamina to spend it on the pay-per-view, so we're just going to go standard with these two. It's fine, and a no opening match. Our first promo, should we double hype the pay-per-view, or should we do something else here? If I do an interview with that dead man who is injured, but sure, increase that popularity of The Undertaker. Okay, because otherwise, actually no, I'm sorry. Let's not have Taker, let's instead have some merchandise. We need the cash now in our pocket. It's important. Okay, so this show looks like Rey and Umaga, merchandise, handicap, TLC for those tag team titles, pay-per-view hype, Edge and Cena, Austin and Triple H, and confirm. Please show, make me some bread. I could use some. So Rey versus Umaga, simulate it is Rey Mysterio. Mickey, please lose. She won, of course. Cactus and Bobby defend those titles. It is. And still, Edge versus Cena standard matchup. It is the Ultimate Opportunist. And Stone Cold, can you win back that title, please? No. The game is just that damn good. So how bad is it? Oh, we won 10,000. Like, honestly, and we got an injury. Cactus, no. 4 stars on that Raw, and 4 stars on that SmackDown. A minor injury, a strained Achilles. So 5.39 for Raw and 4.61 for SmackDown. Man, look, I don't have to have my tag team titles defended as long as he is managing in the match. That counts for that rivalry. So New Year's Revolution will be televised. Let's check our reports and run our pay-per-view. SmackDown was a 3.5-star SmackDown. 3, and then all 3.5s. In Boise, Idaho. Meanwhile, on Raw, 3.5. So 3 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 3.5, and 4. So you can see how this match needs that IC title to hit 4 stars and or a stipulation. But it is now time to have our pay-per-view in Anchorage, Alaska. What does the roster look like in terms of morale? Umaga is unsatisfied. That is a problem. But it's not happening on this show. Umaga, you aren't that important. I'm sorry, Bulldozer. Please don't bulldoze me. Meanwhile, Big Show wants to get back in the ring. John Cena still wants a shot at the title. And Piper also wants a shot at the title. Is that the world title? We're going to find out. But fatigue-wise, Cactus Jack, who has a 4-week minor injury, is a problem. And then otherwise, we can work like Lashley and JBL. And then have Booker and Cactus manage. And that's fine. New Year's Revolution, which is 3 weeks until the Royal Rumble, and then there's No Way Out, and then there's WrestleMania. So we're getting there. It's getting close. Meanwhile, New Year's Revolution, what will these 6 matches be? Obviously, Stone Cold and Triple H for that world title. But what match will they get? Let's see here. Last Man Standing is 40K. Do we run them Hell in a Cell? Because we got that option. We have Last Man Standing. We have Iron Man. Let's go big with Hell in a Cell. And he's not in contention for the... Are you kidding me? You beat Stone Cold so many times that he's no longer a world title contender. Are you freaking serious? You're in a rivalry. If I had known that, I would have made sure that Stone Cold won. So, who can challenge Triple H? Rey. What the hell? Controller, don't. I just charged these batteries. Don't give me a hard time. Stone Cold at number 6. So, yeah, that sucks. It will be Hell in a Cell, but not for that world title. Edge and John Cena are not in the IC title matchup. It is Dude Love and Roddy Piper. And it will be for that Intercontinental Championship. And it will be in a steel cage. Match number 4 will not be a tag team title matchup, most unfortunately, but it will be a last man standing match between Bobby Lashley and JBL. Match number 3, Women's World Title. 60 minutes. Melina and Trish. Edge and John Cena. What can we do on this show? Edge and John Cena, last man standing, which just leaves Umaga and Rey Mysterio. And they will step into the cage. And so, a $360,000 pay-per-view. It is Cage, Last Man Standing, Iron Man, Last Man Standing, Steel Cage, and Hell in a Cell. And if that don't get me 5 stars, I don't know what will. Rey and Umaga, Anchorage, Alaska. It is Mr. 619. Edge and Cena, Last Man Standing. Edge, the Last Man Standing. Melina and Trish, Iron Woman matchup. It is Melina. Lashley vs. JBL, Last Man Standing, and JBL, the Last Man Standing. Dude Love vs. Piper in the cage for the IC title. Dude Love retains that IC title. And your main event grudge match, non-title. Can Stone Cold win here? No. Triple H still has his number every freaking time. The Hangover, the Fan Change, 700,000, and Piper is seriously hurt. That's 2 now on our roster. That's a problem. And wait, no, hold on. How many injuries here? Piper, Cactus, Triple H, 6 million. At what cost? Okay. 3.9 for SmackDown. What did that do to our roster? Oh my God. So, minor injury for Cactus Jack, 4 weeks. Take it easy. Contract for myself, I don't care. Minor for Triple H, bruised ribs, 2 weeks. Piper with a herniated disc, 7 weeks. And Cactus Jack is out for 14 weeks. Wait, he was managing the match. He wasn't even in the... Really? I'm screwed. I am so screwed on this. What? Rivalries. We got 4 left, which, yeah. How's that gonna work? It's not. I just got boned. I have 3 out of action on my roster. How in the hell? Bro, I'm gonna lose this whole playthrough. Like, that is too many injuries. And I can't trade them. I could trade Lashley, who's not hurt. I could trade JBL, who's not hurt. I could trade Austin, who's not hurt. But, bro, I don't have enough roster. I gotta hire some jobbers, and we don't have that much in the budget to do so. That's just altogether a serious issue. So, pay-per-view results was indeed a 5-star pay-per-view, but it cost us way too much in the roster. So 4, 4.5, 4, 4.5, 4, and 5. But those issues get worked on tomorrow. So, saving the game. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you then, and I'm out.